Juhi Bhatia. Hi Juhi, you're the name of one of my favorite actresses. You know who is that? Of course, Kyamat Se Kyamat Tak. I still remember. You must be so young, so you might not know. I'm quite old, so I know that lady from watching the first time I watched a movie when she became Miss India. So Juhi Bhatia, your question is, as a chef, what is the most important advice you would give a 22-year-old girl who wants to open a restaurant real soon in Mumbai? Juhi, beautiful, absolutely commendable. If you have the power to dream, you can achieve. Eventually, life has, if I have to define something of opening a restaurant, because that's a moment in your life, it's very important to you. But you have to understand that life is made out of small, small dots. They're scattered all over the place, in a way. Few things you learn from here, few things you learn from the other side of the world, few things which have been pushed you somewhere near the wall. It's a learning experience. So all these dots combine one day to form into a reality, but the foundation remains a dream. So I always say it's most important to stay a dreamer, because then you have the more power to achieve too. Because eventually history is written by dreamers, who were not just focused on one part of life, who were very honest to their dreams. You work hard, you will achieve anything. And I do think that today, looking at the possibilities of cities like Bombay and cities like, what the world by and large, it's easier to do things than it was a few years ago when we started. I still remember for the first few years, we used to do our revenue was not more than 300 rupees, that's $6 a month. Our profits, forget about that, So I just think that when you believe in something so much, the universe starts moving for you. So it starts combining the dots for you. So eventually I hope your dots combine and you make a beautiful painting. And I look forward to eating at your restaurant. Hi Kirti Deshpande, this is Vikas. Thank you for your question. Your question here is, who is your best critic? I do not know. I have too many of them. I still feel that my best critic is the one who is eating my food at that time. The dish was well prepared for that. In our Hindu culture, we have this saying which says that "Dane dane pe likha hai khane wale ka naam." So it translates to that every grain of food has already written the name of the person who is going to consume it. So my critic is that consumer. Every grain which I'll cook eventually goes to the person who is eating it. I always say that, I learned this in Kerala from Amma. She's a very big, extremely saintly person, a woman who's an absolute personification of motherhood. So she hugs people to take the pain away. And I did feel that. I spent some time in her ashram. And she had this good thing about food. She said that food is something which is very important. So every time she says, Vikas, when you have cooked for someone, just when you give it, it goes from the kitchen to the hands of the servers, to the table, and the person consumes it. Your last wish for that food should be, may this satisfy your soul, and may this be an important part of your growth. May this nourish you, not only physically, but spiritually. So I feel it is going to every critic. So everyone has their own reasons to like or dislike, I'm generally very open. My email addresses are all over the Junoon websites everywhere. So that I want my customer to reach me if they have, if I cannot correct it at that point, I'll make sure that, and I have no harm in saying that, I can do better next time if you give me your feedback. So everybody is my critic, and very important critic.